Friday therapy session. This week is kind of all over the place. A lot of things going on in the world, in the country, and a lot of things coming very soon. High level. We got the TikTok ban that's up and down and back and forth, happening, not happening, who's saving it, who started it, what's going on. The fact that it was even an issue in the first place is laughable. Now the government scrambling because whatever. Public outcry maybe, hopefully, but it's just a comical thing. Presidential transition. First time, and I don't know if this is because I'm older, but first time where a president is transitioning from one group to another, where it's not just that it's like, what's going on? It's literally like, oh man, what are we in for now? And this isn't like, oh, like a Trump 2.0. This is a powerful regime coming in, taking over. And I'm not talking about Trump isolation. Trump is literally a player in a group that is going, this oligarchy talk is not BS. It's literally what we live. To some degree, there's probably always been wheels and deals, we know. But now it's out in the open. No one's hiding it anymore. And we're just kind of, there's those waiting to see what's going to happen. There are those who are very afraid of what's going to happen. There's already a bunch of laws changing. And then, Trump coming into the office, we are going to see shit we've never seen happening at a speed we've never known. And there's going to be people supporting it and saying this is what we need and this is what we need to do. And to some degree, I agree, change is needed. But I don't think it's going to be change that we really want as a people to evolve. And so I'm worried. I'm worried for my country. And I mentioned I'm also worried about what's the future of the United States. Will we be the United States that exists today? The way we're going, I do not think so. And I mean that in not just like a political viewpoint, but geography viewpoint. We're seeing a division beyond just politics too, a division of people at a scale and exposure that we've never had before, in large part thanks to technology and social media. But technology is now kind of like the new industrial revolution. It's been for a while, but now it's really taking over. We are going to see more and more robots in our life. I mean, I was in the grocery store the other day and my daughter's like, what's that? And it was literally a robot scanning. And, I'm sure there's plenty of value, but I've also grew up in the, John Connor and Neo eras enough to know that we need to be careful with that too. So I have a lot of feels about going into this weekend, and I'm kind of just going to take it easy and chill and, try to relax, because whatever happens to TikTok happens to TikTok. It does seem like there's life in it yet, and so I don't think like the ban is as imminent as Monday, Sunday, but it's not completely safe either. And even then, we don't know what deals are going to be worked to potentially keep it, so we have to keep eyes on what's actually happening. And the presidential transition, as much as we might joke and make a mockery of like, oh, and here we are with Trump, we got to remember, like it or not, there's a large body of people who did vote and voted this man in and voted these parties in and voted this Congress in. And granted, I think a lot of it's because of blind, manipulation and not really seeing and not really understanding what they're voting for. But at the same time, Democrats have not done a good job in the past how many decades of really revitalizing a party. And we're at a point where our government is so bastardized and customized that it would take more time and more money to kind of try to reconfigure and make it a positive government, that it really is probably just better if we start anew with something kind of a little more MVP, right? Clean, simple, like let's get down to the basics of what we are as a nation, as a people, and do we want to exist as the nation that we are today? Because if not, then maybe we need to revisit like where we're actually heading. Anyway, That's just my Friday therapy rant. Peace out.